Greetings, everyone. Happy Thursday. Today is the day that Jupiter rules, and Jupiter is currently in Gemini um, at like the 17th degree or something like that. Jupiter in Gemini is a an energy that impacts our perception, the story we're telling about reality, and Jupiter is like luck and blessings. And so Gemini is interesting because Gemini is the trickster. First of all, hey, y'all doing? I just jumped in and started talking. I am the Moon Mama, also known as Monique, and this is our Master Nodal class. I'm not sure how this is gonna go because my mouth is already dry and I don't have no water and I'm sitting under the sun. So we're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. We're headed for a full moon in Libra. Um, that is coming on the 12th, and then Venus goes direct. And we are really in the midst of a real reality shift. It's so, when I'm reading this stuff and I'm thinking about how am I going to talk to you guys about it, I often feel like this sounds crazy. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Or how will they understand this in a practical way? Um, and I just do my best because it's really, when I read the astrology, it is cuckoo what I see. Like, I see stuff that's like, how could this be? Because I've not seen it in the world. So I'm like, how could this be that what's happening? So we are transforming from the inside out. We are changing. And what that looks like is people are having all sort of body challenges and health challenges, and I'm having my own body stuff because I do a lot of body work. It's mild, but if I don't pay attention to it, it will become things that are challenging, like constipation, not sleeping, um, aches and pains in the body, um, mental fog, all of those kinds of things that if I went to the doctor, they would be like, oh, this is menopause, but it's not. And I have been fortunate enough to understand meditation, and I have a homeopathic doctor, and I use herbs and I have astrology that shows me that we are transitioning. We are in a caterpillar to butterfly experience, and that is wonky in the body. It is not something that humans have been through. And so, we just happen to live in a world that's so arrogant. The doctors aren't willing to say they don't know because if they did, then they might be sued, all that kind of stuff. So there are a lot of things happening. And ultimately, the gift is your natal chart because the reality is being configured in such a way that the age of Aquarius means your own individual unique self. So what's happening now is we are being aligned to our divine code. We're being aligned whether you like it or not. So you see people's relationships falling apart. That's because they're not in a relationship that's aligned with how their energy is meant to flow. You see people losing jobs. That's because they are doing work that's not in alignment with how their energy is meant to flow. You see things that people were very invested in because that is not how their energy is meant to work. And so, and if you are in ways of being that don't serve you anymore, if you have trauma that has not been worked out with your mother, your father, your ancestry, if you have things in your system that are blocking you from becoming who you are meant to be, the universe is ruthless and does not give a fuck about your feelings. If you're not conscious and aware, you are going to be moved. The universe is also deeply loving. Let's say that. I want to say the universe is deeply loving, and sometimes love is tough. Sometimes the love is hard. So we currently have the moon in Virgo. I was telling you guys yesterday, I'm fasting now because when the moon is in my sun sign, I fast because it boosts my energy. It boosts my chi. It gives me a reset in the cycle. Once a month, the moon is in your sun sign. One time per month, the moon is in your sun sign for 28 for 2 days, 2.5 days. And that is an opportunity for you to make an adjustment to your internal system so that you can have more power. So the moon is in Virgo, the sun is in Aries, and we have a full moon in Libra, which is the sign after Virgo, the day after tomorrow and Saturday. We currently have Mercury just went direct, hasn't moved yet, because when Mercury turns direct, it takes a day or so for it to move. Venus is about to turn direct on the day that we have the Libra full moon. Venus rules Libra. And the sun is in Aries. So with the sun in Aries, it means that we're focusing on ourselves. We're building our own power, our own identities, who we are. Aries opposes Libra, which is the other. Now, here's the trick that people don't understand. The Western world, they're always like, it's relationship. Libra's about marriage and partnership. Libra's about the mirror. Your partner mirrors you in some way. The things you can't see about yourself, or the things you haven't mastered in yourself, Libra is the scale. Your partner will be the balance to you. So your partner is always dependent upon who you are. If you are awake and conscious and devoted to your transformation and healing or whatever, you're going to have a partner that mirrors that back to you in some way. If you are resistant and struggling to, catch on to who you're going to have a partner that, if you love yourself, you're going to have a partner that shows, that mirrors love to you. If you are at odds with yourself or at war with yourself, you're going to have a partner that mirrors the war to yourself. This is the thing that's true about Libra. All that other shit, this Western, when people come to me talking about relationship, when I'm going to meet somebody, you're going to meet somebody when you are the person that you are meant to be, that can actually balance out a relationship. When you know who you are, when you're not going to somebody looking for them to fulfill your needs, when you don't need them to be different in order for you to be happy, when you don't need them to be the source of your happiness, that is when you will meet somebody. That is when you will be happy in a relationship. When you don't need that person to be the source of your happiness, when you know that they are literally a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So if they are at odds or cantankerous or angry or bitter, then you have to ask, where am I bitter inside of myself? This morning when I was taking my bitters, actually I didn't take my bitters this morning, but when I take my bitters, I always say, I'm taking my bitters so that I don't have to experience bitterness out in the world. I'm taking the poison so that I don't have to experience poison out in the world, because this reality is a projection, y'all. This is a hologram. And it feels real. Whoever made this motherfucking game is like, because this thing feels so real. We are in an experience of a hologram, and everyone in our lives is a character in our reality, projecting aspects of ourselves to us. So the greatest key to this is self-love, to love every part of yourself. Love the part of yourself that's unkind. Love the part of yourself that is struggling. Love the part of yourself that's confused. Love every part of yourself, because then you will be projected back love. So while we have the North Node in Pisces, conjunct Mercury and Venus and Saturn right now, meaning all at the very same degree or a very similar degree. I think they're all at like 25, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So they're all at the similar degree in Pisces. While these things are, we have an opportunity to cut cords with patterns of delusion around love, around romance and love. And, where have you been misunderstanding the reality that we're in and expecting people to be different than you? Where do you not understand that everyone is projecting yourself to you in some way? That's the delusion. The delusion is that you think that people are separate from you. The delusion is separation, is separateness. Like, oh, they're doing that to me. No, they're showing me what I'm doing to myself is reality. They're showing me how I am with myself is reality. The delusion is, oh, they make me sick, or they're a hater, or there's whenever I hear people talking about other people, I'm always just like, they don't even get it. They're just compounding it. When you're like, they're so this and they did this and the haters and the hater, they're just compounding the experience. I watch videos of people constantly talking about how other people are this and other people. I'm like, that's so interesting. That is because you're just compounding it. Until you call your own name, until you say, they are showing me an aspect of myself, you're compounding it because you're not taking responsibility for it, because it's in your reality, it's in your perspective, it's in what you are seeing. It's a very interesting world that we're in. It's very magical. It's very magical. And when you can accept yourself for being the creator of all of it, because the story you're telling, the universe is saying, oh, you think that men are assholes? Then the universe can only bring men who are assholes. That's how it works. Oh, you think that women are gold diggers and women are, da da da. Then, oh, that's what it's literally following your command. It's literally following your thoughts. You think that all such and such, okay, then that's how it is. And it creates a momentum. So it's a momentum. And the minute you start thinking something else, it doesn't go away because there's a momentum in place. So you have to really be devoted to a new mindset in order for a new reality to begin to emerge. You have to be deeply devoted to it. That when you still continue to experience people who are jerks or people, you have to keep knowing, I'm creating this and I love myself and it's okay. And so I'm going to continue to stand on what I know that's true about the reality until what I see shows up. Like running water in a dirty can until the water runs clean. You just got to run it until it runs clean. But the minute you go back to blaming and separation, the water stops and you literally are then again experiencing the same thing. Oh, white people are racist. White people don't do this. Oh, Trump. The more you see that the thing the more you tell yourself the old stories, the more you're going to experience what that's the nature of Libra. That's Libra. That's the partnership. What you believe about yourself shows up in the other. And what you believe about yourself, that story might be saying, oh, that they are this, but because it's your brain saying it, your brain hears, I am this. Oh, he ain't shit. Oh, I ain't shit. That's what the brain hears. So then that's what you experience. That's Libra. That's Libra. And while we have these planets piled up, we can actually course correct those narratives because Mercury is retrograde in Pisces. You can course correct the delusion of the misunderstanding of how reality works. How do you do it? Reach out to me and I'll tell you how. Book a private session and I'm happy to tell you how. But we have a really powerful opportunity right now because Saturn is there and Saturn is grounding us into our cause and effect. Saturn is saying, oh, this is your cause and effect. You put this out, you're going to get this back. So we're going to ground you into that. That's what Saturn is doing right now. Oh, this shit is amazing. And literally, we have this opportunity to create an entirely new perspective, mindset, reality based upon what's going on inside of us. It is so magical. You can't make this stuff up. I love it so much. Like, I'm so happy doing it. It's so incredible. And it's all a code. It's all a code. That's all it is a code. So today with the moon in Virgo, the moon in Virgo says it will be in Virgo until 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But the moon in Virgo says it's time to eliminate what's not going with you. Eliminate it. Let it go. Y'all remember that movie with Steve Martin where he was breaking up with somebody and he was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I don't want to do this anymore. But before I go, I'm going to take my lamp with me. I'm going to take my lamp. And it's over and I'm never coming back. But what, before I go, I'm going to take this mug because I really like this mug. But I'm leaving. I'm like, no. We're not doing that. I don't know. I don't remember the name of that movie. It's very old. But what we're doing is we're really eliminating. We're leaving everything behind that doesn't serve us. Everything gets left behind. What's the name of that movie? Y'all remember the name of that movie? Anybody here old enough to remember the name of that movie? Steve Martin. It was called it's like a, I can't remember, but it was very funny. I'm going to see if I can find it and watch it. So, what are you eliminating? What are you eliminating? The jerk. Yes, thank you. The jerk. And so, it's time to eliminate aspects of your behaviors, your thoughts, your ways of being that don't serve you. And all you need to do is reach out to me if you want to know how. I like to give all the information away, but Spirit keeps telling me if people are really serious and committed, don't give them everything. If they're serious and committed, let them come and see you. So I'm going to do that. But yes. So with that, happy Thursday. Jupiter in Gemini is giving you the opportunity to literally create a new reality, y'all. The way you want it. Jupiter is luck and blessings. Have it your way. Have it your way. But you have to do the work. You got to clear up all that trauma and stuff. All those judgments and fears and all that stuff has to be readjusted. Peace and blessings. Bye bye.